Hello there, my name is Stephanie Rojo, and I'm an associate attorney at Stone Law offices in Northwest Las Vegas. And here is your 5 at 5. Today I want to talk about what exactly is a probate and why do people try to avoid probate. So probate is both a place and it's a process. It's a place in that it's a judicial court system that reviews a person's estate after the person passes away. It is a place where an executor or an administrator can be appointed, where the assets are inventoried, and ultimately, after all the issues have been parsed through, those assets are confirmed by the judge or the commissioner to be distributed to a beneficiary or beneficiaries as the case may be. This is a very public process, and it can be a lengthy process depending on the family situation and the fact pattern. It's public because all of the probate hearings are public and all of the filings that are made in a probate case are publicly available. So anyone can look up a court case and see what's been filed in that case, or pay a small fee and request copies of the documents that's been filed. So when you're thinking about assets being inventory, beneficiaries being identified in terms of their name, whether they're an adult or a child, and their addresses even. Same thing applies for that administrator or personal representative. Their name and their contact information is eventually going to be a public record, public information that anyone can pull up. It can be a lengthy process because it can take anywhere from a couple months to a few years, and I've seen both sides of the spectrum, and there really is no formula to say exactly how long that process is going to be. It's largely dependent on what's going on with the family. Do we have anyone who is stepping up and asking a lot of questions or trying to fight a particular issue within the probate? So all of those things in consideration could make for a lengthy probate. And it's not uncommon for some probates that are contentious to go on for a number of years. It's not ideal, but unfortunately it does happen. So we talked about the place of probate, and we talked a little bit about the process. I want you to be aware of the fact that there are different levels of probate, and that is largely dependent on what the value of the estate is upon the decedent's passing. So when the person passes away, you reach out to an attorney and you'll present some preliminary information to the attorney about that individual, about their assets, about any estate planning documents they might have, as well as any creditors you expect they might have as well. And the attorney will make a determination for which type of probate proceeding will need to be initiated, whether that is a special administration just to get you appointed to open up a safe deposit box, or it is a set aside where it's a much shortened version of a probate given the fact that there's not a whole lot of assets involved. Or are we dealing with a summary administration or a general administration? And those are very similar. There's a handful of differences between the two of those last processes that I went over. But basically what you need to keep in mind is that with the probate being opened, you are presenting information to the court about the decedent, about the type of beneficiaries they have, whether it was with a will or we're going by intestate succession. And throughout the process, you're also identifying those assets that they had, any creditors there might be, and ultimately requesting distributions to the beneficiaries through that probate. So probate is both a place and a process. People like to shy away from probate as much as they possibly can because it can be lengthy, like we went over before, and it can also be costly. When you have an attorney involved, there's an hourly rate that's charged, and your attorney will go over what that expectation is in the beginning, what that rate is in the beginning, and they will let you know how much their hourly rate is and how long they expect the process to go, and they should be able to give you a ballpark figure of what that probate will ultimately cost. So keep in mind that probate is both a place and a process. It can be lengthy and it can be costly. So one of the ways that people plan around that to try to avoid a probate is to set up a fully funded estate plan, meaning a trust that they have transferred all of their assets into, or they have retitled their assets that they're owned jointly with someone else, or there's some beneficiary designations. Whatever you may be planning, I strongly encourage you to reach out to an attorney to have a more detailed conversation about your particular situation, your particular assets, to find out what is the best way, what is the best strategy for you to avoid probate and make sure that your assets are distributed according to your wishes in a way that is more economical and in a shorter time. Again, this is Stephanie Rojo from Stone Law Offices. If you'd like to reach out to me to have a deeper conversation, go ahead and give me a call. Our number is 702-998-0444. Thanks.